What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today working on a 2002 Chrysler 300M right there, and I did diagnostic on this a couple weeks ago. I was out of town for about a week, so I couldn't get to the car for him, but it needs a strut on the passenger side, and it is because of that. You can actually see the strut coming up if y'all want to rewind it and watch it again, but the strut actually came up, and every time he hit a bump, it was actually hitting the hood somewhere. You can see it right there. It's been hitting it, actually dented the hood. Wow. But that's what it was doing. Of course, his hood shocks are broke, so we'll have to do the old vice grip trick on it. So let me get my tools and all the stuff so we can get in here and change this, and I'll show you how to do it. Okay, so I'm trying out something new. I do have a case over my GoPro with a windsock microphone attached because the wind is pretty bad today. So we're going to try that out and see how this does on this video. That way we can try to eliminate some of the wind noise on here. But I do have the car jacked up, and as you can see, the tire does move. I have it jacked up. I don't have a jack stand on it yet, but I did find another problem. Watch how much the tire moves. I think we got a tie rod issue up there, or the steering rack one. I can't really see yet, but we'll figure that out once I get everything off of here. But I just wanted to show you all that right now. This is a good way to test for a tie rod or anything. You can grab the tire and move it back and forth, which this one has a lot of movement in it. And it could be the strut too, but I doubt it's the strut because I can grab it up here and move the tire. So I'm about 99% sure that's what it is, like a tie rod or the steering rack, because the steering rack on these isn't under the car, it's like right here in the middle. It's just a weird setup on these, but did want to show you all that real quick before I start taking the tire and everything off. So once I get the tire off, I'll bring y'all back. Okay, so we have a jack stand under it now, and this is what your whole setup looks like underneath here. So you'll have your tie rod end right here, sway bar end link right here on the back. Then you'll have two nuts and bolts right here on the front to connect the strut to the knuckle. And the nuts are going to be 24s. The head of the bolt's going to be 21s. Then that should be an 18. That right there should be a 16, I believe, depending on if you have aftermarket or not, because sometimes that can vary, but mine is a 16. And we're going to break this loose. Okay, that one is loose. See if we can break that one loose real quick, because once I break them loose, I'm going to actually use my that one's tight, but I'm going to use my electric ratchet once I break it loose. But let me go ahead and take these off, and before I take these off, I'll show me removing these right here, just because it can pull on these lines and it can pull on your brake line as well. Also, go ahead and take this off because it's going to have to come off anyway. That should be a 10mm right there. Okay, so we got the tie rod out right here, and I can feel it in there. It's pretty loose, but we're going to go ahead and continue on taking out these two bolts and nuts. Like I said, back side is a 21, front side, or the nut side, is going to be a 24. There's one. And two. I forgot to take this right here out, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. The only reason you take this out is because it is bolted to the actual strut. And you may have to use your jack to lift up on it a little bit to get the sway bar end link out. But that right there is off. Now I'm going to tap them out with a hammer. I'm just going to put the nuts back on the tips of them just to protect the threads. And we're just going to tap on them a little bit. Now they should come out fairly easy. Alright. And there you go. The knuckle is out. There's no strain on the brake line or the wheel speed sensor. So, oh, there you go. Well, it is coming apart on me. So what I'm going to do is, because it's pushing on this right here, I'm going to take the wheel speed sensor out, just because I wasn't expecting it to do that. And I'm actually going to watch my leg, because it is pushing on it pretty good. That's why I moved out of the way. And as you can see, the whole thing just come apart. So there it is. The top hat is actually still in the car right now. Like I said, it just come apart on me. Whenever I took the sway bar end link off, the whole thing just come out. I mean, even whenever I disconnected it from the knuckle, it kicked sideways, and the whole thing holding it was the sway bar end link, and it almost come completely out then. That's why I stepped to the side. So if you ever have this situation happen, do not be directly in front of it, because they will shoot out and they have a lot of pressure on them. See, the top hat's still right there, and what it did, it just busted right through it. Look at that. That's crazy. It just feels like thin metal to me. Well, actually it's the rubber is busted. Well, we're gonna get this out now so we can see exactly what happened. So these right here are 13 millimeters. Yours may be different, because this was a CarQuest shot, so I don't know when these were changed or anything, but yours may be a different size. But if you look, let me move this if I can. There's a nut back there. If you have a ratchet wrench or even a regular wrench, you get to it, just take a little bit longer. But if you have a ratchet wrench, put that on there, and that'd make getting that one out a lot easier, because I think most of the time you're supposed to pull this cover off, but you can do it without taking that cover off. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this out and see what happened. Now we can see what happened right here. As you can see, it just busted through that thin metal right there, which, to be honest, I feel like it was probably already cracked or something, just due to the fact that it just pushed through like that. But this right here can be a pretty dangerous situation if you're not ready for it. Like I said, just if you see this happen, just make sure you stand back, because this right here can hurt you really bad, just because these springs have a lot of tension on them. I mean, I know you've seen the TikToks and the shorts and stuff where people just hold them and zip the nut off the top of them and they just shoot out, and they don't look like a lot of force. But if your face is in the way, I mean, you can break a nose, break a jaw, you know, fracture a cheekbone, something like that. I mean, this isn't, you know, kid stuff. I'm just going to be 100% honest with you. This is dangerous stuff that you're dealing with once you take these springs off, and all the kinetic energy behind these right here is dangerous. But we do have the new strut. It is right here. This is what the customer, he wanted. Like I said, I'm not a fan of Master Pro, but they do come with a lifetime warranty, so I'll have it in case something like this ever happens again. And like I said, we're just doing one strut. Part number right here, 33CH1109, and this is for the passenger side. He said once he gets the funds, he is going to do the other side, but right now he's not going to do it just because he's a little short on funds, which I understand that. You know, I mean, not everybody has the funds to replace everything that is needed, but he said that first thing he's going to do, because I did let him know about the tie rod, first thing he's going to do is change that before he does the other strut, because that's more important to me than the other strut, because the other strut is functioning as it should. And from the looks of it, I don't see anything or feel anything, that's bothering me, that I'm worried about. In case you're wondering about the vice grip trick, I don't know if anybody's ever seen any of my other videos. If you haven't, where I've done this, I know they make hood prop rods, but I'm pretty sure just about everybody has a pair of vice grips. Just clamp it on underneath the strut area and it'll hold your hood up just fine. But I'm going to get this out and I'm going to try to show me putting it back in for y'all. I'll show y'all how I do it. But this also shot out. This is the upper portion that houses it. It's like the isolator. I had a brain fart there for a minute. I think I got y'all set up in a pretty good spot. It's starting to drizzle on us a little bit, like mist, but that's a good thing about having a GoPro. You ain't got to worry about it getting wet or any of that stuff. But I got y'all set up in a pretty good spot, I think. So we're going to try to get this up in here and show you how I do this, because struts are a little bit tricky sometimes whenever trying to get them to line up and all this other stuff, especially by yourself. So I'm going to have a nut ready up top, and I may be in your way a little bit, and I apologize for that in advance. Okay, we're going to stick this up in here. Looks about right. So I got it up in here and I got one nut started. So I got them all started right there, and I'm going to put them back in the position in which they were. Oh, too much. About right there. I'm just using the ghost marks of the old bolts because they are about the same diameter, and I'm going to put it as close back to the original alignment position as possible. So right there seems to be pretty good, and I just used a regular wrench. I didn't use a ratchet wrench, and these are 13s as well. And we're going to tighten these up. Just going to do a little bit at a time until I just feel it put some tension on there, and then I'm going to go to this side. And I could use a ratchet on that one, but I already got the wrench in my hand. Alright, so just going to tighten them up, and then we're going to try to get everything else back together down underneath the car or under the wheel well. We are back underneath, and first thing I'm going to do is try to get this knuckle back up in here. Get the top one in first. And there we go. Get the bottom one in. That is it. Putting one of these struts on here. Like I said, it is a little bit different design due to the tie rod and sway bar inlet configuration, just because they are so high up on this, and a lot of times they attach to the knuckles themselves. But as a side note, again, please be careful if you have this situation going on. I can't stress that enough, just because I don't want to see anybody get hurt doing this kind of stuff. I know I show it to help people out, but if you have a situation like this and you are nervous about doing it just because of what happened in my video, please take it to a professional and don't get yourself hurt or killed over trying to fix your car, because you can always get another car, but you can't always get another life. Like I said, if y'all enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, And if you would, check out my merchandise store. I mean, whatever I make off of that does go back to the channel. And I will be doing a kind of like special video coming up soon. It's something I've been wanting to do since I started the channel. It's I'm going to be doing like a video stating that I want to do a car for somebody who's in need of a car, and like just give it to them, like somebody who's struggling, somebody, you know, maybe like a single mother or something that needs like another car, want to get a car that needs a little bit of work, fix it up and give it to them. But I'll do a deeper video on that coming up soon. So if y'all, like I said, if y'all did like the video, please like, subscribe, hit all the bells and whistles, and until next time, y'all have a great day.